Hello and welcome back to Retrobotics. I know it's been a while. We've been a little bit caught under activities. I'm pulling overtime at work and we haven't got much time to make a video, but now there's an occasion worth making a video for. We're here today to talk to you about Gauntlet. It might be our longest project, if you would consider it that way, in which we picked it up when?
It was near Valentine's Day, I think not this most recent, but the year before. It's like 2022?
2022, and we haven't really done much with it other than fixing the board, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But it never had its original joysticks.
It's a really big problem, okay? You don't understand. We needed the joystick. The amount of time Liam has talked about these joysticks, they work fine. But yeah, they're not the end game. Okay?
The original Atari joysticks are the most over-engineered pieces of crap that you'll ever find, but for the purposes of originality, it's good to have original Atari Logo joysticks in an original Gauntlet cabinet. So let's kick this off by telling the story of how we actually got this thing. You want to start?
Yeah, I think we saw an ad on Facebook. It was only 2 hours away, and we're like, okay, Liam had been wanting a Gauntlet for a while, and this one looked like it was in really good shape. The price was pretty good. It was actually from like a local arcade. Yeah, basically we wanted a Gauntlet. It was on Liam's list, and then we got it. And
we got it around the same time as X-Men too.
Yeah, I think they were like
The
on
same
either
week.
end of Valentine's Day. Yeah, and so we got it home, and we were really excited. So a lot of our friends and us were D&D fans, and so we had a D&D group in our grad student collective, and so we were like, oh, now we can play a dungeon themed game. And also having 4 players is nice, like X-Men, for when we have friends over. But I was really excited because Liam had been talking up this game so much, and he would do
I played it a lot as a kid.
Yeah, and you would do the voices of like
Elf. Elf needs food badly.
Like,
Warrior is about to die.
which is good that you could do the voices, because initially the sound did not work. So we'd play, and Liam would just do the voices.
Yeah, because the sound system, we thought it would be an easy fix. We got the board back, we got the game all set up in our house, and there were 2 problems with it. One, the red or the blue would cut out after about 20 minutes.
I'm trying to remember.
I think it was red.
Mm-hmm.
The red would cut out,
Mm-hmm.
and the speech chip just did not work. Instead of the nice voices, you just got garbled noise.
Yeah.
And
well,
so,
and third, the monitor.
it would
There's some
shock
blur now.
you.
It's like it would literally shock you because they played poker or something on it, and it had like a film on top.
A multi-touch.
Yeah, because
Layer.
so it was touchscreen. Yeah, and so that was scary. We were like, we thankfully you were able to pull the layer off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those were the main problems with it.
So we ended up replacing the chassis for that monitor. I was never able to fix the red drive on it, but that fixed that. But the speech chip was a problem in itself. We thought, okay, we'll replace it's a 5220 Ti, and nope, same thing. It worked for maybe a couple minutes, but then it just went out.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out in the Atari field guide for Gauntlet, there's a fix for it that involves putting a small capacitor over the speech chip, and that almost worked. It worked for longer, but it still ended up dying. We put another chip in there, and then it finally turned out we could put, I think it was a mega ohm resistor or something in parallel with that capacitor, and that finally fixed it. So now we have the working speech. in Gauntlet. So we'd resolved the monitor, we'd resolved the speech, and we'd resolved the static shock by peeling that horrible multi-touch layer off of it.
But of course, it was not complete because our joysticks were still the old joysticks. And so Liam had been hunting for any possible sale of joysticks, and he got one.
Yeah, so the problem with these Atari sticks is, well, besides the fact that they're designed really poorly, Atari went to intense lengths to try to make it so that the Atari logo on the joysticks stayed facing upright. You can't spin them like you can other joysticks. You can't spin these either because they've got a grommet in them, but a lot of different wicos you can actually spin. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't, but they chose not to. So that's the Atari stick. But those are usually like $100 a pop or something, and Gauntlet needs 4. So I didn't really want to drop that much on them. I picked one up off of eBay a few months ago for, I think it was like 50, no, it was less, it was like 50 bucks. But it turned out to be in really poor condition. It could not actuate fully. And I will show footage of this. Let's do a quick cutaway. It just so happens that for the purpose of an anatomy lesson, I have one Logo joystick that is rather poor in movement quality, but has a nice ball top shaft that this one, which is excellent in movement quality, does not have. So I thought that with this extra 5th joystick, I could give a good anatomy lesson on why these are the most over-engineered and generally horrible joysticks ever made. So let's dig into it. Let's pull off these screws. Of course, this one is missing a screw. I got this off of eBay a few months ago, actually. I thought I would start collecting them. Little did I know I would luck into an entire lot of 4. Didn't pay very much for it, which explains why it's in such poor condition, honestly. But we'll get to see what's inside. So on the bottom here, we've got the 4 leaves and this cylinder, which is pushed around by the bottom of the joystick to actuate the 8-way leaves. And it transitions flat, which is something interesting about this joystick. There are a lot of interesting things about the joystick, honestly, but that is one of them. Atari went to great lengths to make sure that the joystick shafts do not rotate, so that their logo would always be pointing up. So let's remove this. You can see we've got some wear on it. And we can actuate the joystick a little bit. See, it's got a ball in there that's pushing up this shaft now. And we've got a little end stop that's held in place by a small pin. So we'll pull this off. And inside, you will see a mess. And this mess is the actual ball of the joystick, which is now freely rotating because the holder is in here. You can see where it ate up the plastic. And you can push it down because there's a spring inside the holder. That serves as the centering mechanism. The holder being this bit up here, which is sort of hard to see. So if you push the joystick down, that's how you would get it to move. The ball sort of goes out of its holding in either way in order to allow you to move it. Now, to remove this, supposedly you have to pull that pin out. And I've heard that is a task that is easier said than done. I'm not really quite sure how to do it. Let's see, does that work? No. And I am naturally figuring this out live on camera, not knowing what to do with it. Come on. Oh, no give. No give. as you can see, I cannot take one of these things apart. I don't have the right experience or the right tools. The sticks are just terrible. So while I thought maybe I would be able to switch the head of this old stick, which looks quite good with the new one, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but then thankfully we thought we would just keep acquiring a couple, one at a time. But then recently someone on KLoVer was selling 2, and then turned out he had another 2, and so now we have 5. But we're not going to use the original one. We'll probably sell it, but now we have 4 of them, which we're going to do a little swap today and see how it plays with the original Atari joysticks.
So let's peel this control panel up and get started with the swap.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Woohoo!
Which one do I want to be up here?
Good girl. You can see we have arcade doggo. Look at her. Don't bite mommy. Play with your toy.
One, two, three. That logo sticks. Let's put it in the bin. You want to start up the machine? Moment of truth. Let's see if these joysticks all work. I'll start with green and you start with red.
What do you mean?
We're going to play all of the characters.
Oh, I like Valkyrie better.
You can choose Valkyrie.
I know I can, but I like my blue Valkyrie.
So I got up and down No right or left.
Do not hurt any player. Yeah.
Right.
So that might be a harness thing. The harness on
I have all directions. Good.
Gauntlet is bad.
Could be that, or you could flip it up and just check the two left and right connections.
Yeah, it's just the harness.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I have all directions.
Oh, shoot! There we go. I was like, I didn't have fire for a second. They're kind of sticky.
Ow!
Like,
Perfect.
they feel very different.
Yeah, they are very different. But good.
And is it good?
It is good different. Because these are original.
So it originally
Well,
was worse, that's
yellow
what you're
wizard.
telling me.
The wizard one is good too. All four directions.
Welcome, Red Warrior.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. I don't have. Wait, nothing's working now.
Nothing on warrior.
Yeah. I did have up, down, and left before.
Keep going on warrior. Figure out which of these is warrior related.
I have no buttons either. Oh. There we go. Okay, I have all of them.
Alright, make sure we have all of them.
Good.
Perfect.
Huzzah! Try to play fork leg.
Yeah, let's see how well we do. Let's go for the
Ow.
exit and go straight in.
Go straight in. Okay.
This is a. Ooh, I want that key. Alright, I have my thumb on fire for elf and my pinky on fire for wizard. Elf is just so fast.
That is so fast. Why are there so many?
Blue Gauntlet is about to die.
Yeah, I think we can.
Are you joking?
Oh, you got the number one.
How did I get the number 1 Valkyrie with these shenanigans? I'll take it. I will take it. Come on.
And to the sounds of Elf's life force draining out rapidly, that's our show. Thanks for watching. And see you next time.